Hello, everyone. Welcome to another day in the car. I'm Julez. I've been away for a little while because I was sick, and it took me a little bit longer to recover. I'm not as young as I used to be, and I think a lot of us can say that. Anyway, today we're talking about one of the documents that got released in the Morphew case, and actually there were 141 pages that were made public, and it was brought to my attention by a viewer that I might want to look at this document D22, which is on page 26 of the 141 pages of documents. It was filed on September 16th, 2021, and this channel is mentioned in this document, as am I, and I'm sure a lot of you may have seen the videos mentioned in this document and may have participated in the comments sections of my video and Profiling Evil's videos. So you might even, have some recollections of what was going on at that time. And in the comment section, as a user identifying herself as DA Stanley was active in the comments in these videos. So, as we can see, Barry and his attorneys have filed a motion for contempt sanctions for violation of court order to limit pretrial publicity. And I don't think that anybody can argue that the DA did not do interviews and things. She said that she was in her rights. This document is saying that she wasn't. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know whether she was or not, but I'd like to, when we get to the part where I'm involved in this, give you a full retelling of what happened. And so we'll begin with the fact that it was on June 3rd, 2021. There was an order instructing the parties to refrain from making extrajudicial statements. And then I guess that would be opinion statements or something. I don't know exactly what that means. And then DA Stanley and her team participated in numerous press conferences with the media and YouTube podcasts, including exclusive press conferences with Fox 21 and podcasts Profiling Evil and A Day in the Car, which I guess they mean me, and even exchanged disparaging comments to lay people about the Morphew case. And I do know she interacted with some people in the comment sections, and then some of her comments she deleted. I would love for anybody that remembers anything that went on at that time to go ahead and comment below. And then it says the DAs have crossed the line, doing more than quoting and referring without comment to public records in violation of the court order. And the podcast the DA's office has participated in or provided comments appear to have been viewed over 25,000 times. And I don't know how many Profiling Evil got, but I know it was a really popular one, and I watched it, and then I did a video of my own where I gave a summary of the Profiling Evil podcast. Anyway, the statements made in the media and social media have the great likelihood of influencing the jury panel and materially prejudicing Mr. Morphew's case. The numerous comments violate the order, as the DAs have villainized Mr. Morphew, improperly cited the rule of law, which will certainly cause public mistrust of this court, and indicate that not only is Mr. Morphew charged, but inferred he is guilty, without any reference to the fact that Mr. Morphew is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty. And I know that I've had some people that let me know about this document that were also worried and asking me if this meant that the case could get thrown out. And I'd say on the basis of this document alone, no. I think that if it's saying that there would be a prejudiced jury, maybe they would change the venue or something. I know that there's got to be a jury that hasn't seen the podcast, and I don't know about watching the news, so we'll just have to see what happens with this. And then it goes on to say, Ms. Stanley and her team have misstated their ethical obligations and mandates by this court by repeatedly justifying statements to the press and social media outlets. And yeah, I know she does straight up say that she has the right to say whatever she's saying. And so I felt no qualms about reporting on what she said to me, because I figured that if she was saying it to me, it was okay for it to be said. And I definitely am not purposely trying to, have anything go haywire with this case. I do want justice for Suzanne, whatever, or however that occurs. And I definitely don't want anybody to forget about Suzanne while we're getting into all the nitty gritty and the, twists and turns of this case. She is still missing, and there's no knowing exactly what happened or when. Anyway, Ms. Stanley's lengthy interview on the Profiling Evil podcast called Preliminary Hearing with DA Linda Stanley included the following statements. Mr. Morphew can always be charged again later, even if acquitted, if the court dismisses the charges by state or federal authorities. And that was at 49 minutes and 34 seconds. And I do remember that, and it is there on that video. And I also reported that she made those statements. Anyway, a discussion of Ms. Stanley's opinion on the difference between circumstantial and real evidence, including presenting a jury instruction. In response to a comment that Barry Morphew was staring down the DA at the hearing, Ms. Stanley said she was staring back at him at every chance I got. And yeah, she said that. I don't understand why it was important enough to put that in this document. Please comment below if you know of any reason why a comment like that is really bad and needs to be put into a document like this. And also the statement, we, meaning the DA's office, did not have it, when speaking of the arrest affidavit, until after he, Barry, was arrested. And that was at 5209 to 5219. And I remember that statement, and I reported on that statement, and that's going to be real pertinent right now, because it says on September 14th, 2021, Linda Stanley was interviewed by Julez, and then the interview was disseminated on the YouTube show called Another Day in the Car with Julez, titled I Got This, DA Linda Stanley. The podcaster indicated she interviewed DA Stanley and also produced text messages the podcaster and DA Stanley exchanged. And then it goes into the things in that, and I'd like to state that the way that this actually happened was not that I was granted an interview. She did answer interview questions after she contacted me. And yes, I got very nervous when she contacted me, because what happened was she messaged me on Facebook right after I put up the video where I was giving a summary of the Profiling Evil podcast, and she was asking me where I got my ideas or something like that. I don't know exactly. I could go back later and figure it out, or you can see it on my previous video. Anyway, I got real nervous. I felt a little bit threatened, a little bit scared. Come on, the DA, contacted me. So I immediately put out a video called apology or something like that to DA Stanley. And then I sent her a link to that. And then she messaged me back saying I didn't need to do that and stuff like that. And I had mentioned that I had deleted a couple messages that I had sent to her because they were questions. And I realized that she probably couldn't answer questions. And then she told me to go ahead and ask the questions, that if she couldn't answer them, she just, wouldn't. So I asked her questions and she answered them. And then I shared them in that video. I got this, DA Stanley, where she ended up telling me not to worry, that she got this about the Barry Morphew case. Anyway, this wraps up saying a person who uses Linda Stanley's photograph and her name on the YouTube comments section of the Profiling Evil podcast strikes back at a few lay people about the facts and their beliefs about the Morphew case. And then they've got exhibits for that. And I remember that she was also commenting in the comments section on my videos too. If anybody recalls that, please comment below, because I don't remember, and I think they've been deleted since then. Anyway, then it goes on to say, the above DA statements are just a sampling of the DA's many prejudicial comments made to the public. The time it takes to review the DA's many public statements and comments and write motions to this court is onerous. I don't know how to pronounce that. However, it is more than just the DA's extrajudicial statements have violated the court order, the rules of professional conduct, and Mr. Morphew's constitutional rights to a fair trial and due process. And then Mr. Morphew requests the court order the following contempt sanctions. 1, impose a gag order immediately unless the DA can show cause why it should continue to taint the jury pool. 2, order the DA to reimburse Mr. Morphew for attorney's fees and costs related to the research and filing of this motion. And 3, if this case proceeds to trial and if the case is tried in Chaffee County, the district attorney shall pay for a jury poll conducted by a firm of defense counsel's choosing closer to trial to determine whether a fair and impartial can be seated. And, signed by the attorneys. And it was served to Mr. Jeffrey Lindsay, who we now know has left the Chaffee County District Attorney's office, and I believe he's moved on to Pueblo now. And he's the one that was handling the case the most during the preliminary hearing. Anyway, so there's that, and I'd love to hear what any of you guys are thinking, and we'll have more conversations about this. Thanks for watching Another Day in the Car with Julez.
Wow.